Who am I? I'm not a model. I'm not a sex object. I don't care about fame. I am a fighter. I fight for legacy. And I fight to whoop somebody's ass. Lions Den. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, guys, got a special guest on the show today. Hot man. I mean, good grief. I'm trying to even hold my breath when I even introduce this person. Hey, I got Tonya Triple Threat Evinger on the line with the coach right now. Tonya, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, I'm thankful to even get to speak to you today. This is a treat.
Nah, thank you for having me.
Hey, okay, well that's good. Hey Tonya, so I kind of want to get my audience familiar with you, because for people that don't really know you, how did you get into the business of whooping people's ass?
I don't know. This whole road started when I was a kid, so I don't know, man. I think I just grew up that way, and it just kept on going. I was good at it, so I just I fell in love with like physical sports and stuff, and here I am, finally finding a way to get paid to do it.
Okay, I hear you. Now I kind of read a couple of things about you. So you wrestled. You wrestled in college.
Yeah, I wrestled junior high, college, high school, Olympic Training Center. I wrestled all over.
Hey, so did those guys get upset with you when you used to beat them?
Oh yeah. I got a lot of negativity at first, and then my team starts to respect me and my coach and all that, because I put the work in and did everything everybody else did, and it's kind of the same run when I started MMA too, because obviously back then there wasn't any real female fights out there, so it's kind of the same thing. It's a new look in the gym, and the guys didn't like it, but they came around and it became a great thing, and I loved it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of tell just by looking at some of your past interviews and just reading articles on you. It seemed like you just, I don't know, you're a legacy fighter, a throwback fighter.
Yeah, from back in the day. It was a struggle back then. People don't realize it, but man, it was a struggle. Trying to find fights, trying to find out who even throw fights, how to even get in contact with them. If there was even another girl out there you could fight, it was hard.
Yeah, I mean, and I can kind of tell that your road, it's been tough. Like nothing was ever handed to you. You've been working your ass off for everything that you got.
Right. Yeah, it was man, I think it was like that in wrestling though. So I kind of feel like I was ahead of my time, to be honest, and in wrestling and in MMA, but it's cool to be a part of that and watch the sport grow so much, and still be around to compete. So couldn't ask for anything more, I guess, than that.
Yeah, but Tonya, you got a hell of a resume. I'm just, you do, and I've been following you since 12, and you got a hell of a resume. Like you got an endless list of names on there that. You put any one of those opponents against anybody else that's talking about, they got a good resume. Some of your opponents could probably whip their ass too. I mean, you got a good resume. And
yeah, I think a lot of people take away from the girls that I fought just because I beat them, I dominate them, I beat them rather easy, and that's not the case. These girls are undefeated when they fight me. These girls are world champions from other countries. These girls have backgrounds as well, and it just so happened they drew me as their first fight in the U.S. or they built up and they had to fight me, and it's like a situation for them, but you want that belt, man, you better come get it.
Well, everybody that's done tried to take their belt from you, they've been unsuccessful. So I mean, you've been whooping some ass. And and speaking of the belt, so I mean, how did you feel? Because you fought against Yana, and the first time, it was because of the ref, telling you to move your foot, and so that put you in an awkward position. I mean, how did you feel when they actually turned it into a no contest?
You know what? It was a really hard situation because you never seen anything like that. Like, I mean, I actually like the way I challenged the whole thing. I challenged something like that. It was hadn't been done really before. It was like it hadn't really been done, and you hadn't seen anything like overturned like that. So it was a situation where I didn't think it was going to happen. And obviously it is a great thing. I think that I said we're going to make history that fight, and I thought it was going to be because I was making my 10th win in a row. But I think we still did make history, and watching the sport grow, and that's part of it. And to get a commission like Missouri commission, a commission that isn't as far along as like California or something like that, that's pretty cool too. And I know a lot of people thought it did get overturned because I'm from Missouri, but man, you got to realize that it ain't that. It's because I was fighting for my world title on a show that fights on Fight Pass and has so much attention drawn to it, and it was such a big upset, and it was such a big issue. I think that that's obviously the reason it got overturned. And if it was on a smaller card with the fighters that didn't really have as big a name as mine or something, and there wasn't so much on the line, I don't think it would have got any attention. And I think that if you are a fighter, you know that because it happens all the time. Fighters get screwed over all the time for decisions like this, So, I'm just thankful that I had the opportunity to get it changed and to be able to have that rematch and go back and prove that I was the champion.
Were you shocked, like how good she was, coming, being a kickboxer? Because I was like, damn. I mean, every time you turn around, she was trying to submit you. I mean, she put you in a knee bar, she put you in, a heel lock, and then, I mean, she was just doing all kind of stuff. I mean, were you shocked that she was trying to submit you so many times?
No, I think that she got the wrong impression. I think that she really thought she got that submission the first time, and I mean, obviously, she did armbar me. My arm was about to break, but that's really easy to do when somebody can't defend or they're moved out of a position to defend. So if I had a chance to armbar everybody and they couldn't defend it, obviously I'm gonna get the armbar. So it was a situation where I think that she really believed that she submitted me, and I think she was really desperate the next round that we went, the fight the last time, and I think that she, to me, like somebody that's trying to do something like that, she had none of them positions like really set in. She didn't know how to finish any of them moves, and people ran their mouth afterwards and were like, man, Tonya showed a lot of holes in her game. If she fights a real grappler, she's gonna get submitted. Bullshit, man. I submit black belts, I submit brown belts, I submit people all the time. That's not the case. The deal is we were stuck in an awkward position, and she was holding on for dear life. She didn't have a single submission. She didn't know how to finish a single one. Her legs weren't right. She didn't have the right position. She didn't have my hip locked down. She didn't have anything going. She just kind of held me in a scissor position for a whole round. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. When she put you in that rear naked choke, I was like, oh crap. She got this thing sunk in. I was like, okay.
Oh, she never had me no rear naked. You're talking about that guillotine?
I'm sorry, guillotine. I done messed that up.
Yeah, that bitch should not have my back. Come on. I'm giving her that much credit. Come on.
Oh man.
That to me was desperate too. I mean, she was just trying to go for something, and she jumped right up there, and as soon as she got that, I could hear her like whimpering and shit, and man, I knew she was beat before the fight even started. So if you're already crying and you're trying to choke me out, like she was using everything. She didn't have. Man, she has no leverage there. I mean, that right there just showed like her, just how young she is in the sport, I guess, and in the whole grappling side of it, and if I was her, I would have tried to keep it on his feet. I would try to use the skill set that she's good at, and try to beat me that way. But I think she fell into her own hype, thinking that she really got that submission and she was going to submit me. No way.
If she would have kept it on the feet, you just probably would have did a double leg takedown and took her down again.
I don't think she hits hard enough to even hurt me. First of all, and I think her stand up was par. I think that, I'm not saying that in her style of fighting, I think that she probably does great, but we're talking about MMA. I don't have to stand there and throw down with you. I move around a lot. There's a lot of level changes. There's a lot of aspects to the MMA side of it that, doesn't favor just a regular stand-up fighter. I mean, it's the one orthodox, just the whole sport in general that, I think that it wouldn't have worked out that way anyway. So, but yeah, obviously, if you want to stand up, I'm going to put you on the ground. And if you want to stay on the ground, I'm going to stand up with you.
Okay. A throwback fighter. Fight after my own damn heart. I love it. Hot almighty. So, okay, Tonya, speaking of these young fighters, why do you think these young girls, they getting all these damn opportunities? And it's like, okay, I'm looking at your resume. And I do this on this channel. I do a lot of resume. I even broke your resume down. And I even did a thing on why you're going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if people ever tell you that, but I broke down your whole resume and a bunch of y'all why you're good. And it's like I look at some of these young girls coming into the sport, and I'm like, well, damn, they don't even have the resume, but God, they're getting all these opportunities.
Yeah, man, I think it's the hype behind them. I see a lot of girls that come up and they have this team behind them, and they have this look, and they have I guess what people are looking for, and it kind of sucks, but I mean, it's not just in our sport; it's in every sport, and it's that's great for them, and I don't put any of them down because obviously I would take every opportunity that was given to me as well, and I would use every aspect or advantage I could to get ahead, and I'm not on the same level as some of them in certain other ways, but I do believe my fighting is superior to most of them, and just sucks that the sports in general look at that over actual talent and stuff like that, but it is what it is, and instead of fighting it, I'm just gonna go with it and just take my advantages or take my opportunities when I can, and jump in there and fight when I'm given opportunities and take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, you've been taking. I mean, it's like you making your own opportunity just by beating people the head up. I mean, that's what you've been doing. And
yeah, trying to make a point.
Well, I think the people who get in the octagon with you, they got a point. Even in some of your losses, it's like, nobody can really completely just go in there and destroy you or dominate you. I mean, you always get in there, you bite down on the mouthpiece, and you just let everybody have it. I mean, it's like it's really like watching throwback. I mean, watching a throwback fighter. So.
Yeah, I definitely think I think that. It's just different. I think that I'm in there to actually win fights, and a lot of these girls are in there to just have a fight. They're just in there to fight. I'm in there for like the end goal, and that is to finish somebody, and not to get the fight over as soon as possible, and put somebody away, and put something on my record that scares the girls that are going to fight me in the future.
Yeah, and and speaking of your whole future, it almost seemed like you're not a person that kiss ass. Like I just I saw an interview, and it was funny as hell. You were talking about a tweet diss with Dana White, and I was laughing. I couldn't stop laughing enough to really hear. When I finally calmed down, I'm like, damn.
I can't help it, man. I gotta be me, and I just feel like I'm good at what I do, and if they don't like me for that, then I mean, there's nothing I can do. I'm not gonna go out and fish for likes and fish for people to try to be my fans and jump on board and promote me as a fighter. If they like me and they want me to fight and they respect my ability and stuff like that, then it works out really good. And I think that that's kind of the role I've had in Invicta, and they've been great to me, and gave me the opportunities, and obviously they promote talent. They really do.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Invicta. And you can get. I feel like Invicta got a better product when it comes to the show and the matchups. I feel that way, and I cover Invicta a lot. And here's my thing I wanted to ask you too. Okay, how do you feel, because you seem like you're one of the only people, and it's only a handful of y'all that just say, okay, fuck it, put me in there with Cyborg. Hell yeah, I'll take that fight. And it's like, you've been wanting this fight for years though. I mean, I don't know. Can you talk about that some?